There are shows in this world that we will never fully understand, except Ghost Adventures. We have watched every episode to build our obsession, our fandom.
Watching alongside each other because no one we know really gives a damn. Watching Zach and crew catch groundbreaking proof of the paranormal, inspiring us to explore our own interest in otherworldly phenomena. This is our podcast. We are Paranormal Putas.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Again, I'm Leah.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're here this week to talk about our own personal paranormal experiences.
That's a mouthful.
I know. I cannot say that again, and I will not try. But I'm excited to share these stories because we've shared them with each other, close friends, but they're exciting to tell. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and we'll have a couple episodes like this.
And now it's time for Leah to share her paranormal experiences at our first family home.
Yeah, so I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in with it. And I can't really say if it was a haunting. I just know that I remember it really well. It's extremely vivid. So I choose to believe that what I'm getting ready to tell y'all happened. Okay, so I can remember being about 5 or maybe 6 years old. We're hanging out in the living room, and we've mentioned before our family didn't really shy away from watching horror movies. We were watching Creepshow, and it was the story with the Native American in front of the gas station who comes to life and murders people.
It's a good one.
As rightfully he should. So we're watching that. I remember this, and I look over to my left, and to the left was our kitchen, and it was just an open doorway, and I saw dark shadows, and it was what I've always described as a family. It looked like a taller figure and then shorter kind of figures, like a man and a woman and a kid, and I always thought it was a little boy, and I don't know why. I just felt like that was a little boy. Now, what kind of was weird about it is, okay, I see that. I don't really say anything to anyone. I can't remember saying anything to anyone, but I continued to see this family, and it got to the point where I believed I saw them come out of one of our bedrooms, kind of from the attic-like area. Mm-hmm. And that's where they would kind of come in and out of our house, was through the attic. And I can remember seeing that at the time in my parents' relationship. They were sleeping in separate bedrooms, and it was our father's room where I saw these shadow people come from. And it was creepy.
He's a haunted man.
He is a haunted man, yeah. So they could have been totally just attached to our dad. But I saw this family, and I saw them. What I don't know, honestly, if I can't remember sharing this part, but what made me fully believe what I was seeing was real was that I saw them somewhere else. I saw them at my grandma's house, my father's mother, which would also make sense if it was connected to dad. They felt like they were following me, and I wasn't scared. And when I saw them, I didn't get freaked out. I didn't feel like I was in danger, but they were definitely watching me. And I never saw their eyes.
Were they still, or were they like kind of moving, or were they just like still and staring at you?
They were still and staring at me, always standing in the same formation, always staring at me. And I never saw their eyes. It was just dark.
Did you see? Okay, so you didn't see like any other features on them? It was just the shape.
It was just the shape. The way I can remember describing it when I finally did describe it to Mom was almost like they were wearing those footsie pajamas.
Oh, okay.
So like no fingers, no feet, like detail. Like it was just, you're in a onesie standing there, but head to toe onesie.
What did Mom say?
she didn't make me feel crazy.
That's cool.
I can remember that. She kind of asked when I saw them or where I saw them, and I told her, and I can't remember specifically her either being, worried about me and.
Well, I could imagine that she totally believed that shit. Like, I believe it. Honestly, it's like, living in that house, we've all experienced things. So, I totally believe it. And honestly, when that room became my room, I was like, fuck this, and like, you see, cause I used to use that closet where like the entrance of the attic is. I used to use that closet for my shoes, like that top shelf. So I hated like reaching my hand up there and being like, oh fuck, they're going to come down. Or like, I'd imagine the little square of the entrance of them like peeking out.
Yeah.
Because of you.
I'm sorry. I saw what I saw. And what was weird is that I felt that was their portal, right? Was that hole in the house. That was their way in and out. But when I was in our bedroom, right on the other side of that wall, and the closets basically were back to back, I felt more creeped out in our closet than I ever did in Dad's closet.
Oh, great.
And that's what I never felt scared. I was like, okay, these people, they're watching me, but they're not threatening me.
Yeah.
So maybe they were protecting or looking over. And I don't know, Mom, that's really kind of when Mom started feeding me the story that I'm an alien and they put a chip in my head, because I do kind of have like a little bald spot right in the middle of my head, and it's perfectly square shaped. She told me that was the chip, and that family was my alien family watching me. And now it's all coming back to me. Yeah, that's exactly what Mom led me to believe. But she was fucking crazy.
What a bitch.
It made, like, for some reason I was like, oh, okay. Like,
it made sense.
That makes
well, at least
sense.
she accepted you and your alien glory. Like, she was like, that's my alien baby.
We'll just leave her alone. Her alien family's watching her, and that's it. But no, that's 100%. It definitely just hit me. I can remember her making that correlation and saying, oh, that's your real family, because the way I described them, it was a family. And she's like, oh, that's what they're here for. They're here for you because you're a little alien chip. And
that's kind of sweet though. Like, oh, your families, you get two families. They're both with you.
Yeah, right. No, so and it helped me not feel scared, I think, and I think that was maybe her intention as well, is just don't freak out about it. Let's try to make it a positive, and it's still one of my favorite stories to tell, and I still believe it wholeheartedly today. So
that was like the main and like only thing you really experienced there until we moved to Round Rock.
Yeah, it wasn't really until we were older. Maybe it was just because I was more self-aware, or maybe I saw and heard things and just didn't click.
Yeah, blocked them out or something.
Yeah, blocked them out, like due to being young age, or it didn't faze me as much as it did later in life. But yeah, that's the big one that I'll remember forever.
I think it's kind of funny that you mentioned about Mom and the alien stuff, because I now remember her telling you that, or like you telling me that she told you that. Like, that definitely in my memories. And it just kind of sparked like, oh yeah, Mom totally believed in aliens. Like, she was a fucking alien, like, hardcore believer. And I remember being like, oh goodness, when did we move out of that house? I was in like 3rd grade when we moved out of East Austin. And it was before then. I remember like washing my hands in the sink and like seeing something outside, and Mom being like, it's the aliens. And like, it really got me thinking, like, are there aliens? She was a total hardcore believer.
Oh yeah. I can remember one instance where we were kind of out in the country with one of her friends. And she was looking up at the sky, and we saw like weird little lights, and she got really intrigued by it and started going in about aliens and stuff, and even talking about the red lights.
Oh yeah, like the cell tower type things. When those started cropping up, she was like, aliens, alien communications. Alien communications, 100%. Like, not even like a blip in thought.
And you know what? That shit might very well be.
Yeah, it might be. She was on some shit.
Yeah, I think so.
She must have been so proud to have an alien daughter. I'm jealous. She probably loved you more than me. She's like, my daughter's favorite. Half alien. This is badass. Look at this chip. Feel it. It's real.
And
I only felt the chip once. by the way.
It's still there.
It's there.
It's still there. I show people when I'm like, you want to see something real fucked up?
Like in Twilight Zone?
Like in Twilight.
When they
pull the
pull
car
over.
over. You want to see something scary? It's pretty brutal. It's still there, but I really just think her and my dad dropped me on my head and caused some real fucking damage.
No.
They didn't want to tell me.
Whatever. You're super smart, super brilliant. That is not a skimpy scare. That's for damn sure. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That story scared me for a long time.
But I hope that you all out there enjoyed it. If you got any questions, hit us up on our Insta, and we're more than happy to chit chat about it. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So, yeah, thanks for sharing your story, Big Sis. That was awesome. And as always, we like to leave you with love, light, and a little ritual.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the East, the powers of air and invention. Hear me!
And you're now cleansed.
Yes.
Aliens will not be following you home. Thanks again. We'll see you next episode. And that's us signing off with 2 besitos.
From these putitos.